Antetokounmpo finally asked for the trade, and it was a stalemate between Giannis and the Bucks. Like, we don't want to look like the bad guys, so we just gonna let it play out and let you know whoever bends. If we trade Giannis, we'll look like the bad guy. If we don't trade him and Giannis asks for a trade, he looks like the bad guy to the fans. So Giannis, I guess he looked like a bad guy to the fans that loved him and asked for the trade. Now, all the Milwaukee Bucks could have had the dynasty. They beat the Phoenix Suns right after COVID, I think, right after the LeBron title, the bubble title. But they end up trading or letting Jrue Holiday go once the NBA switched to the defensive strategy of everybody switching. You need those perimeter defenders and the wings to be able to switch because they switch on everything. So they let the Boston Celtics get Jrue Holiday, and Jrue Holiday was great on defense for the Boston Celtics, and they end up winning the championship. And Milwaukee hasn't even been close ever since. And they tried to do the big three thing with Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Dame Lillard, but Dame Lillard cannot play defense. He was getting cooked. They was putting him into action all the time in the pick and roll. Not only that, Dame Lillard couldn't stay healthy, and Chris Middleton couldn't stay healthy. So what do the Bucks do? They try to get younger and more athletic, but they get rid of a staple in their franchise history, Chris Middleton. They send him to the Wizards. Now that's bad karma. When you had a player that won the championship and you send them to the Wizards, the basketball gods not going to treat you well. Now Giannis is hurt half of the time, or they're setting him out half of the time. The team is losing a lot of games. And when you look at the team on paper, they got Miles Turner, which I did not know why. What was he going to do? Like, he's a disappearing act half of the time. You know what I mean? So one team that has to capitalize on this Giannis requesting a trade is the New York Knicks. You got to get Giannis because you already missed out on Donovan Mitchell. It's teams in the East that's younger and better than you, or younger or getting better than you. You see, the young Pacers took you out a few years ago, last year, when they went to the finals against the OKC. They're too fast. You're a bad matchup against the Pacers. They're too fast. They're too quick. And Halliburton loves taking the Knicks' hearts out. So who do the Knicks need? They need a killer like Giannis, someone that can oppose their will. They don't have that. They had Randall, and they end up trading him to the Minnesota Timberwolves and got Karl Anthony Towns, who's a bum. He is cheeks. He can't even score 14 points. And this kills me. All of a sudden, people are bums once sports betting became legal. You know what I mean? Like, and it's time for Karl Anthony Towns to go when your dad is in the crowd with earphones on. Don't come to the Knicks game if you can't take the fans calling your son a bum when he's playing like a bum. Don't even be there. Why are you in the crowd with earphones on? The New York Knicks fans are gonna love you when you're good. They're gonna give you the shit when you're doing bad. And Karl Anthony Towns sucks right now. It's getting to the point where Mike Brown, the coach, is sitting Karl Anthony Towns out in the clutch because his defense is lackluster. He's not really trying to take initiative on the offensive end. So the Knicks has to take advantage of this right now. Trade Karl Anthony Towns, put him in the package with OG Anunoby and Grimes and Jordan Clarkson. I would trade OG Anunoby, Grimes, and Jordan Clarkson because he's complaining he's not getting out any run. Trade him to the Milwaukee Bucks for Giannis. Get Giannis in New York because if you don't get Giannis in New York, the Knicks will never win a ring at all with Jalen Brunson, who's been playing his heart out. I would love to see New York get a ring and Jalen Brunson get a ring. You see what I'm saying? So you have to get Giannis out to Acapulco. If you don't, the Knicks will never win a ring in the next 7 to 10 years. They just won't because they don't have the skill set and the heart to do it on that roster. Like, here's teams that's getting better than them already. I think Toronto is probably second or third in the East. They're young with Ingram, Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett. What if Giannis goes to them? Then you got the Orlando Magic that is good. You got Anthony Black. the then you got Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner. That's a young team that could be good for the next 10 years if they get the right coach and they can stay healthy. So teams are about to pass the Knicks up, just like in the East, just like OKC passed the Lakers, Minnesota, the Clippers, and San Antonio up. You see what I'm saying? So if the Knicks do not get Giannis Antetokounmpo, they will never win the ring because after the 5 good years that Brunson has left, it's going to be teams that's going to be better than him. And what's going to happen is the Knicks is going to have to rebuild for another 3 years to get back into playoff contention. So if the Knicks don't get Giannis, they'll never win a ring.
And got his rhythm going, but what does he do? Gives the ball up to OG, who's got another one. Hold on. This is why you make plays like that.
This has been very helpful to the Lakers team that is desperate to play better defense. They turn it over there. Bridges in transition. Brunson pitching. Anunoby a three. Go on!
That's why this Knicks team is so good.
1 of 6 here from the field. Cal Kuzma tries to lay it up for Giannis.
Look at that wall.
And a punch, a swarm of Hornets, and he swats them all away.
So we got Super Bowl 60 coming up. And I'm going to give you my prediction, but I'm also going to let you know if this game is a blowout, I'm taking Seattle. But if this game is close, I'm taking the Patriots. And the reason I'm taking the Patriots, because Mike Vrabel said, we don't have to be the best team in the NFL. We don't have to be the best team on the field. We just got to play good enough to take advantage of bad football. And in the Broncos game, you just seen that. You seen bad football. From Sean Payton not taking the points early in the game to Jared Stidham, instead of taking the sack, trying to make something happen, trying to be a playmaker, something he isn't, and ends up fumbling instead of taking the sack. And that leads to the Drake May touchdown to, tie the game. So that's bad football. And that's been the Patriots' way. Now, people say they got an easy schedule. They may have an easy schedule, but that goes out the window when they win in the playoffs. They go on the road and win the AFC Championship. And if they go to San Francisco, Santa Clara, and win the Super Bowl. That easy schedule shit goes out the window. The Patriots dynasty, was built on them having the easy schedule and getting home field advantage. So you would have to come through Foxborough every playoffs, which is a tough place to play. You had the Dolphins, Bills, and the Jets in your division. So most of the times through that dynasty, you can say the Patriots are 5-6-0 from the start. You got a 5-6 win head start because the division is weak. So all Seattle has to do in a close game is make one mistake. One mistake. And we've seen it happen before when they decided not to give Marshawn Lynch the ball and, 1-1 and tried to get cute and thought they had 3 downs. Tried to get cute on the first play and they threw an interception and the game is over. Brady got another Super Bowl. The Patriots added another Super Bowl to the Manthers. So the way I look at it is, if it's close, New England will be good enough to take, advantage of bad football. Now, if it's a blowout, it's gonna go to Seattle because once Seattle gets it going with that running game, and Jigba catches a few balls down the field, catches a touchdown pass, it's like a snowball effect. Lawrence gets going, that physical defense gets going, and it's all downhill for there. So, and then Sam Darnold's confidence gets better as he gets the lead. Sam Darnold is like the Hulk. The matter he gets, the stronger he gets. So when Sam Darnold has a lead, the more confidence he gets. So I feel like it's gonna be a close game. And if you betting on this game, hedge your bet. Put a bet in for New England just for an underdog and put a bet in for Seattle. Don't put the house on Seattle, you know what I mean? If just because you don't like the Patriots. Because Sam Darnold, the last time I remember him playing the Patriots for the Jets, he said he was seeing ghosts. They schemed him up so bad, he threw like 5 interceptions. But New England, they're going to study this defense of Seattle's. They're going to study the offense and study the games and see what happens uh against Sam Darnold. They want to see what makes Sam Darnold frustrated, and they're going to use that. Now, when they played the Rams, they put the best receiver. No, they put when they beat the Rams in the Super Bowl, they put the best corner at the time, which was Gilmore, on Cooper Cup, and then they double teamed the second receiver, Robert Woods. So what they put, I think they should do it different. They should double Jackson Smith and Jigba, and they should leave the best corner on Cooper Cup, because Cooper Cup has not been doing anything at all in the regular season. If you can completely take him out the game, I think you could win. What I know you can't do is leave single coverage on Cooper Cup and double Jackson Smith for Gilbert. I think Cooper Cup would be alive and be able to beat his man 1-on-1, and they can get that running game over. You know what I mean? So my prediction is the New England Patriots. I really don't want the Patriots to win, but I'm gonna pick them because I just can't see New England getting blown out. So my pick is the Patriots, because I know if it's a close game, people seem to fuck up when it's a close game. They seem to get cute. So I'm taking New England. Now, if the game is going to be a blowout, I'm taking Seattle. That's the only way Seattle could win if this is a blowout. And I think we don't get too many blowouts in the Super Bowl. Last blowouts we got in the Super Bowl, Kansas City played in both of them. The blowout against Tampa Bay and the blowout against the Eagles. But I don't think you blowing out New England. I think all New England losses this year have been close. So I don't think New England's going to get blowouts. So I'm going to pick the New England Patriots to win Super Bowl 60 for their seventh ring, and we gotta all be mad again. Team around Luca. And the teams I think LeBron would be perfect for is the Clippers. Little bruh. Little bruh. The LA Clippers. Because they like signing old players, even though as long as they've got star power, like James Harden is old. He's over 35. Kawhi Leonard is kind of old and has an injury history. Why not pair LeBron James with Kawhi Leonard and James Harden? LeBron's still always asking for stars. He hasn't given up the big three idea. And Tyronn Lue was the coach of the Cavaliers when he won the Cavaliers' first ring. Cleveland never had a championship in their history. And Tyronn Lue and LeBron James and Kyrie Irving was able to bring them that. Imagine if LeBron, with a big three, Harden and Kawhi, can win a championship for the Clippers. Two of the worst franchises in NBA history, the Cavaliers and the Clippers. LeBron got both of them their first championships. People, and at 41, people would have an argument of saying LeBron is the GOAT, despite having, less rings than Jordan. If LeBron goes to the Clippers and wins a championship with the Clippers in his 21st year, LeBron has an argument of being the GOAT. Because if they do win a championship, LeBron is going to be a major factor in that. He's not going to be a role player. So another reason the Clippers fit, like, LeBron's choice if he wants to leave LA and continue playing, is family. His wife Savannah is in LA. Bronny plays for the Lakers. And Bryce is right up the street in Phoenix going to the University of Arizona. You don't want to go all across the country and finish in Cleveland or New York and the Knicks when your family is all the way in LA. Bryce is playing for the Lakers. And no, Bronny is playing for the Lakers. And Bryce is playing for the Arizona Wildcats. So the Clippers is the perfect place for LeBron to finish his career if the Lakers don't want to re-sign him. Because I feel like the Lakers want to move on. They want to move on and build a team around Luka. You look at the team that's around Luka and LeBron now, it's more built for LeBron. You got a spot-up shooter in Rui Hachimura, spot-up shooter in Gabe Vincent. Those works with LeBron's skill set. Luka's skill set is having rim running bigs, athletic wings that he can throw lobs to, and throw lobs to and kick it out to the side, and they can get dunks. Or you clear the way and let Luka have his offense. That team in LA now is built for LeBron, but they're gonna win a lot of games because it's the regular season when you have LeBron and Luka. But come playoff time, it just doesn't work. So I think the perfect fit for LeBron if he leaves the Lakers is the Clippers. When you look at lifestyle, family, and competitiveness, I don't think like LeBron. I don't think a team wants to pay LeBron 106 million for 2 years at age 40. You see what I'm saying? I don't think the Knicks want to do that. I don't think the Cavs would want to do that. Only team that would do something like that is the Clippers because they got the owner, Ballmer, who's crazy about spending money. And imagine the ratings and the ticket prices for the games if LeBron and the Lakers play the Clippers and LeBron is on the Clippers side, like you would have Luka Doncic, the guy the Lakers moved on and wanted to build around, versus the Clippers and LeBron, who the Lakers says, okay, thanks for everything you did for us, but we think you can't help us no more. The Clippers and Lakers rivalry would be renewed like never before.